Hey, it's Lyndal Spirit. I know I'm looking a little crazy right now. Just finished jamming out with some Led Zeppelin, some old school music, and I was banging my head, you know, knocking out. Sorry. Um, while you guys are, I guess there's a game today. I don't know. I don't watch TV and I don't watch football. I don't really consume any media. So I guess there's a game today because my where I live at in Colorado is empty. The lot is empty, so there must be a game. Um, but I'm working on the website and I'm talking with people, getting them the information they need to be in the magazines, adding the net videos to the websites, and getting stuff together. Arr, arr, arr. I need to do something with this head, don't I? I can see it. That's why I can see. um, So I'm really working hard on the websites. I'm really happy because I'm waiting now for the contracts for this new artist who you all should already know to come so that I could sign them. She's loving the music I produced for her, and we are working between a UK record label and an American one, which is mine. And planning tours are based around that. Um, Okay, here. I ain't pulling it back. Y'all just gonna have to deal with me looking crazy. Eating grapes. No, I'm not having a Prince moment. So, you know, uh, I'm really working hard on all this stuff. And I wanted to take a moment and say, first of all, now's a good time to join the websites, even if you do the free membership, the Dreaming DaVinci Media free. Even if you do that and just let us add you to the other websites. And the reason why is because as we're working on stuff, for one, it helps me test and it makes it better. For two, you'll be familiar and you'll see where your life fits into what I'm trying to do and how we can help each other. And that's really what it's all about. It's helping each other. A lot of people have been asking me why I don't live stream on Facebook. It's actually in the works, and I wanted to make mine something really powerful. So the first one we're going to actually work on is I've been talking with a few men from different cultures, different backgrounds, different races, different religions, different views on life, who are very good at communicating and listening, and so that we can have a real deep conversation about what it is to be a man. Period. You know, um, and talk about some of the different aspects that we think would help younger men be more real. Because um, it's not uncommon for me to get asked if I'm gay, and I don't mind. I got a lot of gay friends. I know I got some little feminine tendencies, um, but I'm not. I'm not gay. I'm not bi. I'm not even curious. I love women, and that's okay for me. For my gay friends, what they like is what they like. I ain't in their bedroom. I don't particularly care what they're doing in their bedroom, nor what anybody else is doing in their bedroom. As long as it's legal and you ain't hurt nobody, do what you do. Two consenting adults, good to go. But I get asked that a lot because of my personality, my soft spokenness, those little feminine tendencies people see. And you know, the only reason that it does bother me is because you're trying to say I'm not a man, and I am 100% a man. So um, we're going to really hit on some stuff. Some stuff what it is to really be a man, and what that really looks like today. You know, you go outside of this country, and the men are very feminine. A lot of very macho, what you would think are macho countries. I'm not going to say any because I'm not trying to label no people. I'm just saying a lot of men have a very much more softer side to them than American men do. And I want to be an example of what an artist looks like and a businessman, but I really am always concerned about what I look like as a person and being myself and being who I am. And don't get it wrong, I get angry, I smoke, I drink, I do cuss. I didn't used to cuss, and I'm not good at it. I say words, and I'm not meant to cuss. Okay, I'll just say that. Um, but no, I really am concerned with how I look as a person, as a spirit that moves and is trying to better things. Other than that, people's opinions are their opinions, and if they have an opinion, I mean, they have it. You think I'm gay, you just think I'm gay. It don't matter to me, really. What matters to me is as a person, what you think of me. If you see me helping where other people won't, if you see me telling the things that other people don't, and just being real 100%, as fair as I could possibly be, as honest as I could possibly be, and straightforward. I'm not a politically correct person. I don't believe in that. No. I just tell it like it is, and that's the basic thing. But I wanted to do something and let you guys know there is a live stream video coming up for our Facebook. With me and some other gentlemen that we just really want to touch some people, and we really want you men there to. I think it's rude to talk with food in your mouth, so give me a second. Sorry, no grapes is good. And no, I already said it, so no need to say it again. I really want you guys there. All types of men. I don't care. Commenting on it. I was trying to figure out a way you can video back, so we could actually have another computer that's videoing back to us, so that we can have a conversation, for reals. And when I say conversation, I mean a conversation is when you have an opinion and you voice that opinion. Somebody might object to that opinion or bring another view. You listen to what they say, and then you reiterate your opinion. And that's a conversation. Doesn't mean you have to agree. Doesn't mean you have to get passionate and angry and unfriend people on Facebook. But it does mean, that was my vitamin water. It does mean that I'm looking for people to have a real conversation, Growing up, I went through some things, and I thought running with the gangs and getting in trouble was being a man. And I'm really thankful to God that I met an older lady when I was younger. And, we talked a lot. And she really did some things in my heart and in my soul and in my spirit that my grandmother had already planted the seeds. This lady helped them start growing, and I'm still growing, and it's really interesting to look around now and see the influence I had in a negative way when I was younger, and to be one to try to correct that, and especially for Colorado. If you're from Colorado, you probably know me and my brothers, and you know we wasn't that nice growing up. Good kids though. We were just misunderstood and misguided, and that's how I see these young people today. They don't have no real role models. I ain't even gonna call no names, but they have nobody to look to. Every man says you gotta be macho and you gotta be this and you gotta be making that money, and I see like 5,000 profiles a day, and I am not kidding. I just finished looking at almost 500 profiles just today. I'm looking for people to write about, do stories on, dreamers and where they are with those dreams. Almost every profile has something about get paid, get your money, save, and you know what? I'm going to tell y'all, I've been very, very, very wealthy, and I've been very, very broke, you know. Um, right now, my funds is fluctuating, and I two things don't happen. It doesn't change who I am as a person, as a man. I don't change according to how much money I got in my pocket. Money's nothing but a tool, and we better start understanding that, because this money chasing, if you chase a rabbit, it's very rarely the fox eats or the wolf eats rabbit compared to how many rabbits save their own lives. Okay, so money's fleeting, and you better understand that when you're chasing money, it will run, and it is fast. When you're chasing dreams and you're real about it, money doesn't run from you. It comes to you. Trust me on that. I've done it too many times. I went from broke to balling too many times, from nothing to having everything. And I can tell you the one thing that I do know about money is it follows you. You don't follow it. So I'm really tired of them posts. Real people with money. I seen this post the other day. Real people with money don't post their money on Facebook and social media. That's dumb. That's, I'm not calling you dumb. I'm saying that line of thought is dumb. Trying to show your success that way is not the right way. It's not, because then we give the impression of money to our kids, and our kids only focus on the money. So then school's not important if they're making money, and your education and who you are is not important as long as you have money. Think about it. Think about it. So I want my friends to come over and really have a talk about what being a man is today, and a few other things. I mean, there's so much that I really work hard on. I saw a post yesterday where a guy said if you gave $1 million to everybody 50 and over, that it would fix our economy. And I read the whole post and I loved it, honestly. My admirations for 2017 is to be a billionaire within 1 year. And not only to be a billionaire, but to help every single community in need across America, and to touch more lives in 1 year simply by sharing the love with others, and others coming together like this, so we all can spread out and make it happen in 1 year. This is my admiration. Now, it doesn't mean I'll always succeed. You guys see me say a few things, and it's not that I failed. It's that it hasn't happened yet. You haven't seen it, okay? That doesn't mean I failed. It just means it's not in the time frame that I might have stated, okay? So my admiration is to next year be a billionaire. Next year touch more lives than any other spirit has on the planet in history. To really, and that's hard to do. I mean, if you just think about Michael Jackson, imagine all the people he touched with just his words, but then imagine all the people he helped, because celebrities help people all the time and you just don't know it. Ice Cube is one of the biggest people working in the community, and he says nothing about it. He never does. He does what he does straight from the heart. I've never seen him talk about it. I've heard people talk about it. I've never seen Ice Cube talk about what he does in the community. I'll tell you what, there's some communities you go to, and they be like, shoot, Ice Cube did that. Ice Cube did that. That was Ice Cube. I love that. That's why I support everything he's in, does. I love it. So there's a lot of celebrities, you'll never know what they really do, and why they're really broke, because they might have been like me, helped too much, and went broke. Lynn, I don't want to hear it. I heard. I know, girl. Don't say it. You and MC Light, you guys got it, and I'm coming with y'all. So um, I want to be somebody who really takes in consideration how to touch people, how to help people, and help more people have a better life than anyone in history. That's not for my ego. It's because I think that if I did that, people would start turning around and trying to beat me. And that means that people are going to come up, create new ways to help people. And there's nothing wrong with making money while you help somebody. There, I Russ Whitney taught me that when I was younger. I met him, and he took a liking to me, and we talked in private a lot. Every time he came to Colorado, he made sure that I was there. Personally, called me himself, and we just talked after his seminars and stuff. He would just talk to me, and he loved a lot of my ideas. I was just enthralled with some of his vision. And one thing he said is, "You have a problem. You feel guilty about being successful, and so you help people to the point where you go broke, and then you start over because you know you can make the money again, and you keep doing that." He said, "There is nothing wrong with making money, helping people. There's nothing wrong with that. You can create a way to help somebody and better their lives, and you get paid. Now that's worth fighting for, because you're not chasing money. You're chasing the possibility of helping somebody, and the money's following that." Yeah, I hope you feel me on that. I hope you feel me. There's a big difference, and you have to understand that difference. So anyway, I'm just saying, it's cool. I understand, and we've been programmed, and it's in there. Money, 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 money. Everything revolves around money. I can tell you, there ain't shit in this world that goes around. Excuse my language. I'm sorry. There is nothing in this world that it revolves around money. Not a thing. And I will challenge you to figure it out. Because if you say you don't have money, you don't eat. No, because you can grow some food. You can, in Arizona, you can walk down the street. They have trees with the white trunks. You know not to eat those fruits because they've been sprayed with some kind of pesticide. And then they got just lemon trees, grapefruit trees, apple trees, whatever you want to eat. Dates fall all over Arizona. Dates are falling on the ground. You can make you some fig Newtons. So no, that's not true. I stick with that. If the universe, God, the creator of all things, and I do believe in that, you know, however you put it, the life force, you know, um, a lot of people say the universe, the life force, the energies of the environment, whatever it is, you think, I think majority of us agree there is something outside of us, and that's why we're here. Then there's some that really don't believe that, and that's okay too. The thing is that we know that people don't have to be hungry, because we know that there is a saying: if you took care of the sparrows, he knows the numbers of your head, the hairs, the number of hairs on your head, which somebody actually counted. Um, then for why would he not take care of you? If he takes care of the animals, the trees, and nature, why would he not take care of you? Okay? And I know things look grim sometimes, but that don't mean that everything's not moving the way it should, and that it is not moving in a positive way. And sometimes chaos is peace. And I'll explain that. In order to even understand what peace is, you first have to understand what chaos is. Sometimes when you stay in that bad relationship, I won't use that one right now because I know somebody's going through some things. So you bought this raggedy car, and you didn't tune it up, you didn't fix it, it broke down on the highway, engine blew. Okay, now you got some chaos in your life. You got to get to work, got to get it fixed, got some issues now. Next time you get one, you'll understand the value of going and getting those tune-ups. Getting them brakes checked, taking it in and maybe spending that $99 for that little brake job, or learning how to do it yourself. That's what I mean when I say chaos is sometimes peace, because we have to sometimes go through some things in order to understand what we are doing. And I know personally I do it all the time. I live it, you know. And I know at times I can be quite controversial, and offensive. Very, I can offend people really easy because my thoughts are very blunt. And it's usually not my intention, but it happens. It happens. And I've had people seriously hate on me. I've had death threats, all kinds of stuff happen. But the thing is, I still um, keep doing what I do. And the main thing is I keep loving people. You know, like I said, I think the Ku Klux Klan, it's their right to have that voice. It's their right to have their opinion. When your beliefs and your voice and your opinion start hurting people, that's when it becomes wrong. Because you cannot force your opinions on somebody else. You can talk about it, you can agree to agree or disagree, but you cannot force or abuse somebody else because of your beliefs. That's not okay. I got a lot of stuff that people say is contradicting. It's not. Um, Anybody who lives like I do, um, for the love of people, um, know that life is precious. I don't care if it's an animal, a plant, a person, a star. Life is precious. It's a gift, and it's a blessing. And like Avatar, when you eat that meat, be thankful because that was a life that was taken, and hopefully in a good way for you to eat. Okay. But I'm pro gun. You know, I have several. I have a lot of guns. And people are like, wow. Some of my friends came over, and one of my guns was out. I was making sure it was unloaded. I don't keep them loaded in the house, except for one. So they were like, wow, Spirit, that's like that's a serious gun. You know, and I'm like, man, I got lots of guns. So and he's like, I thought you was peaceful and stuff. Like, man, look, if somebody's gonna take my life, I'm gonna live. Okay. It doesn't mean I don't value that person's life. But if it's a definite choice between me and that person, and I have no doubt in my mind that they're gonna take my life, I'm gonna live. You know, and I want to have the tools to do it. But that's not. I just happen to like guns. I used to collect them, and so that's why I have so many. But for me to actually like carry one around and try to cause harm, especially for somebody that I might just end up disagreeing with in a passionate argument that turns into physical altercation. Um, if they whip my behind, they whip my behind. I'd rather that person win the fight, brag about it, and be able to say, hey, remember back in the day when you whipped my, man, you put it on me. I would so much rather that than to be, no names, somebody who goes back with a gun and shoots that person. I mean, that's ridiculous. That's that's where we need to do gun training. Is it's our ignorance that are killing people, and we need to value that person's life, win or lose. There's never no reason in that particular situation to take somebody's life. There's never nothing that anybody else has. There is no possession in the world that is worth somebody's life. So you're misguided and think that you are. And I know I'm rambling. I know. I'm waiting on a phone call from Ricky right now to tell me, hey, man, you just going all over the place, but I'm really not. Um, there is nothing I can think of in this world that is worth somebody's life. Nothing at all. So if you're misguided and you think you need to steal or whatever and rob in order to live, which you know, I can say what I really think about that, but I'm not going to. Um, Keep in mind, as you do such things, you're jeopardizing somebody's child, somebody's father, mother, somebody's most important person because of your greed and ego. Um, There's never a situation so desperate, a possession so great, or a need so unmet that somebody else's life is, is taken for ill-gotten gains. Nor will you ever prosper. You know, keep that in mind as we get desperate. You know, people get desperate, and yeah, we get hungry. And I'm not saying that's not all true, but try it sometime. Try just asking for what you want and accepting no as an answer and leaving it alone. And then see how much prosperity follows you behind that line of thinking. There is really no reason for us to be killing each other ever. There's really no cause for us to have something such as a police force. You know, if we lived in love, it wouldn't be necessary. Okay, and that's real serious to you. You know, and being pro-gun and coming from a background of violence and death and a lot of the stuff that a lot of people, you don't know. Oh yeah, I really know. Oh yeah, you have no idea who I am. I do know, and I've been through some of the darkest, most hideous stuff that you've ever seen. And I'm here, and I can tell you, there is not a reason for one man to kill another man. There's not. It's unacceptable. And there's no reason for anybody to ever have to take what they need, you know, and especially if it hurts somebody else. I just don't see how this became to be. You know, I know it's been going on for centuries, and I don't understand it. You know, I have a saying: come out in the morning, your grass is brown, dried up, big patches of dirt, light brown. You know that dirt. Look over your neighbor's yard, it's green, luscious. Just cut it, smelling fresh. Instead of looking at your neighbor's yard, wanting what your neighbor has, water your grass. Pay attention to your grass. And I promise you it won't take long for you to have a grass that your neighbor might be like, wow, that's nice. And I really live by these things I'm saying. And there's some of the things that we'll be touching on in the first live Facebook video. And I know I've talked a lot and talked about some deep stuff that you may or may not agree with, but you know, the one thing I can say is the color of your skin, your religion, your sexual preference. I do not see a good reason to be divided. That's a good word, divided. You know, if anybody knew about history and really understood the history, especially so many Christians claiming that they're Christians, the Ku Klux Klan claiming they're Christians, you guys really understood it, and you really studied like you're supposed to, then you would understand that we all are one. That Yeshua said, love one another. That's what Yeshua mainly said. You guys commonly know him as Jesus. That was not the man's name. His name was Yeshua. And he said, love each other. And the whole Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Idal chain, they all have one real commandment. And there's only one. Love. Love. That's it. I don't care what else you read in the Bible. Those are just guides to help you through this life. So when you run into your own personal moral dilemma, how you should deal with it, doesn't mean you go around telling everybody else how to deal with their problem, how you deal with it. And a lot of y'all fail. I fail sometimes, so. But what everybody misses, a lot of people miss, is love. And I don't get it. I don't get it. That's a really big message to miss. And as you look around this world and see what's going on and want to make things better, understand that until we figure out that love that all the sacred scriptures talk about, we are not going to be doing better. We're going to stay divided, you know, and that's where we got to look in that mirror and make a change, you know. So anyway, let me quit being deep on y'all. You know, I got some more music to write. I got the websites to get done, and like I said, please, I know it will build up, and I know it will be great, and I know it'll be a spot where a lot of the things that I've talked about, we across the globe will be able to talk, and not only talk, but create solutions, because it's one thing to complain about a problem. It's a whole other thing to talk about an issue and try to create a solution, you know, and that's my thing is I don't particularly want to talk about the issues or the problem. I want to talk about the solution. Show me the issue, let's find a solution. And that's where I really hope to touch people. You know, so if you find it in your heart, DreamingDaVinciMedia.com, VIPRoomMagazine.com, Erotica7Magazine.com. Click TV will be coming back. Like I said, I do things not like the typical business person, more like Virgin Records, more like Virgin. I'm about people, and as I launch things, everything that I talked about, the framework's already there, okay? It's just you don't see it publicly yet, okay? And there's reasons why. I'm putting things together, getting certain people, making sure the programs all fit, so when we start running into problems, I can address them quickly, and my team can address them, and we can all grow, and with very little frustration. There'll be some, but very little, you know. So, you know, I think it would be worth your time to investigate. You know, Erotica7 Magazine is not a pornographic magazine. Okay, not that I have anything against porn. I just let me explain it this way. Erotica does not present the action, okay? Which porn does. Porn will present the action, not leave anything to the imagination. Very little room for business, spiritual, you know, very little room to be human. Erotica explores all those areas without ever really presenting the actual action. It's simply an adult way to talk about adult issues, and that includes business, spiritual, romance, lovemaking, appreciation of the human creation that we are. You know, it covers all that, but it doesn't necessarily present it. You know, you don't have to see a person's form in order to imagine it. And that's where erotica is so much powerful. So much more powerful than the more popular and often confused with erotica porn industry. Not that there's anything wrong with it, either one of them, with consenting adults. But I want to touch on that because a lot of people get the wrong ideas when I talk about erotica. And, you know, to be honest with you, we're sensual beings. We're meant to be connected, and we're meant to connect. And whatever level you connect on, whether you think it's right or wrong, or within or without sin or whatever it is. We're meant to connect, and that is very important because in today's technology, as great as it is, we're losing this connection to even ourselves. We cannot, we don't physically connect with people. I'm not a handshaker. I don't like shaking hands, but I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger, and I walk up, hug my homies, hug women, because of that connection, you know, that spirit, shaking hands is very, it's like an act of war to me. It's like stay away from me. Whereas hugging somebody, you're sharing your spirit, So I'm a hugger, not a handshaker, but that connection is very important. And when I set out to do erotica, um, that was so important. VIP Room Magazine is still about the people. We started adding in more celebrities because as time has passed, I've seen that a lot of people are more and more just drawn in a celebrity personal life. I don't understand why, and I never will because it's something that I don't watch TV, so but um, I've gotten more celebrities to come in, talk to you for reals, just like how I'm talking right now, just real talk. And but the main thing is you, the people, um, really sharing um, you. Okay, in Dreaming DaVinci Media, we got a radio station now. Click TV is being hosted from there on small events, shows, and important matters. Um, when Click TV comes back out, I definitely want it to dominate um, the way it should have the first time I brought it out. And I have to explain that Click TV was, back in the day, there wasn't all this video streaming, and there wasn't a lot of, unless you had billions of dollars, you weren't really streaming on the internet. So there wasn't even a lot of TV stations streaming across the internet when I created Click TV. Originally, it was a support factor because I was concerned about environment and I was working with a smaller magazine, helping them grow, and they would get these large boxes of their prints, same thing I used to do, and they would distribute them out, and then about a week later, I'd walk around and see these magazines on the streets, and it bothered me, and so I went back to Ricky Johnson, and I told him my concerns, and then we started looking at the financials of it, how much we could potentially save, and how much more we could do if I went digital. Um, but the main concern was environment, and yes, VIP Room Magazine is not as popular as it was when it was in print. But how many of those prints can any of you say you have today? I have one. The first one. It's right up here on my wall. Other than that, I've never kept any of the issues of VIP Room Magazine. I've never had a the physical magazine. Um, this is concerning. It's concerning. So even though the popularity of the magazine drops some, I think the digital format offers you the ability to read. Um, read. Oh, sorry. Okay, I'll quit playing. Um, watch the video. Listen to the audio. See the pictures. I mean, I think that it's really great. So, in order to do that, I needed basically an infrastructure that can handle that video side and that audio side. Thus, created Click TV. It was originally the digital media um, for the IPR magazine, and it quickly became an independent television station, 50 channels. I mean, it was dominating. Um, it was powerful, and I felt so good about it because I was personally at almost every single shooting, Every single person that we interviewed was positive. I loved it. Every single channel was full. We had a kids channel. We had the Kung Fu channel. We was in negotiations with Japan, working on some rights to get more Kung Fu movies. And I mean, it was great. Okay. And then, somebody, as technology will, as when things are great, people get on the boat. So next thing you know, the market was flooded. So wanting to be different, wanting to be that positive influence, that positive charge in the universe, balanced with the negative charge, I restructured Click TV. Um, in that restructuring, we again started just dominating. Um, and then a whole bunch of new technologies that I did not program for in the original code came out. So yes, I'm a nerd. Okay. I'm not the best nerd either because I have to call other programmers and be like, help. I just had to do it for my website the other day. Anyway, so, I had to redesign what I had created. And in order to do it the right way, I had to take it down off the way I was serving it out to the public and restructure that back end. And in the meantime, use YouTube and other things just to keep you guys interested and make sure that you're still with me while I rebuilt all of this, which doesn't happen overnight. Nothing I do happens overnight. And I don't keep huge teams. I keep very small teams around me because I only work with people I trust. And I mean, that is a deep, deep thing. Um, the trust thing, um, I'll be around a whole bunch of people I don't trust. Um, ask them where I live, where I drive for reals. Ask them what my favorite color is. They couldn't tell you nothing about me besides he's on Facebook. He's on Black Planet, Asian Avenue. They couldn't tell you nothing about me that you haven't already seen in public. So it's really deep. The trust because God forbid something happen to me. I want to know that the people who step in my place um, have the vision that I have the heart that I have. They might do it a different way, but I want them to always put the people before the money, the voice before the actions. And I always want them to be kind and make people ponder about themselves, question themselves, and then take self-inventory. These things are very important to me. They're highly important, and they're the basis of all the designs of my company is based off something Prince said to me. And I took that to my grandmother. My grandmother took it another level deeper, and my whole company is based, everything that I do is based off something that Prince said and how my grandmother reiterated what he was saying and how to actually make it happen. Okay, so it was very, very, very important to keep the love of the people alive and well. And I work really hard on myself every day to make that a vision that we all share. And it's shared in a positive format, even on a negative charge. So, like I said, there's times I piss people off, and I will continue to do it. But it's not to hurt you. It's definitely not to hurt you. And it's definitely not to try to boast my opinion and my ego greater than you. It's simply to try to get you to stop for a second, take a look in the mirror, and be like, wow, that's kind of interesting what he said. Let me think, let me give it some thought and see how my life changes. So, Click TV will be coming back. and you'll see us making some bigger moves. We got a lot of people, and like I said, my concern always is the heart behind the person. You just out to make money. Chances are, I might help you. I might work with you a little while, but you're not going to get really in the door when it comes down to really um, making things happen. Chances are, definitely I'm going to back up from you. And most of my team is going to take a step back and put you on a back burner because you have the wrong focus. Um, we're looking for those people that's going to make them dreams happen and work as hard as possible, as humanly possible as we can to do it in love, unity, peace, and understanding. And yes, be sometimes controversial, you know, and I understand that I am. I will continue to be. I am not going to change my ways. Um, and I'm definitely not going to start acting more macho just because some of y'all think I'm gay, you know. Um, that's not going to happen. I'm going to be who I am, period. And you be who you are. And trust and believe this world is going to love you for who you are more than who you pretend to be. You know. Anyway, let me get out of here. Don't give me no microphone and don't put me in front of no camera. Everybody should know that. If you don't see Ricky around, don't do it because I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna speak. You know, there's been a couple times we had to stop interviews, and there's like the stuff you are saying will get you killed. We got to edit that out. You know, and I'm like, so say it. It's the truth. You know, but you know, I'm working on that. But I just really wanted to share a moment with you guys and let you know we're bringing some heat this year, and we're not competing with anybody. All of you artists, all of you business people, all of you other magazines, all of you other radio stations, all of you other internet TV stations, we're not in competition with each other. We're here to help each other grow and be prosperous and to return that to the community. So this is not the year 2017. I challenge everybody to not compete with anybody but themselves. Compete with you. That's it. Everybody else, figure out a win-win. Figure it out. Make it happen. Okay? All right. One love, y'all. One love. You know, I know you guys gonna kill me for this video, but one love.